Hey guys, it's Sarah again. I'm back with the video that I promised, wrapping up my trip to New York and talking a little bit about eating and food and all of that stuff. Eating and fitness and all that stuff while I was there. I did make a pre-trip video where I showed some of the snacks I was bringing and talked about what my plan was, and so I thought it was only fair that I make a post-trip video and talk about how my snacks worked out and whether I stayed on plan and all of that stuff. So the big thing was I went to New York in the 300s and I came home in the 200s. So that was my ultimate goal, to come home into Wonderland. And I did. I lost 5.5 pounds over the last week, including those 4 days in New York City. So I thought that was a big victory, to be honest. How did I do according to my plan? So my plan was to eat a little bit more as far as calories go, to allow myself to eat a bit more as far as carbs and that sort of thing went, but to try and keep my protein where it would normally be at, so around 80 to 90 grams if possible, and also to try and get as much walking and that sort of thing as I could. So on a daily basis, I basically average somewhere between 850 and 950 calories, so that's about I guess 125 to 250, let's say, more calories than I normally would take in. I definitely had more carbs than normal, so normally I'm under 40 grams. Most days I was closer to 60 grams. I think one day was actually over 60 as well. I had a lot more fat than I normally would. I think that's to be expected when you are eating out a lot. And the other thing is I also had a lot of avocado, and obviously that's high in fat, but it's good fat, and also had nuts as well, so same thing, high in fat, but at least they're good fats, so I wasn't really concerned about that. But I did most days keep my protein pretty high. I was definitely over 60 every day, and a few days I was quite high on the protein. I did definitely use the Quest bars. I had at least one Quest bar a day, a couple of protein shakes as well, which I just brought. I actually just stuck, they were sample envelopes, and I just stuck them in my blender bottle and used that, and that worked out really well. I did eat some of the jerky. I ate some of the nuts that I brought with me. I shared some of that stuff with my friend Max as well. So the snacks worked out, really well. As far as eating went, I didn't have like total control over where we were eating on a daily basis, just because a couple of the restaurants were things that were predetermined. So brunch the one day was with my stationary friends. That was at a predetermined place. Dinner that night was at Mesa Grill. It's a Bobby Flay restaurant. Again, I didn't choose that. And then Max had wanted to go to the Russian tea room for dinner before the show. So, and a lot of times I just let Max choose a place, because at this point, there's nothing that really floats my boat that much. I mean, I don't enjoy food like I used to, and so I'm perfectly happy to let someone else choose the place, and generally speaking, I can pretty much find something anywhere. So, the very first day that we were in town, I'm trying to remember, we went to lunch at a place called Lucy's Cantina Royale, so it was a Mexican place, and we had guacamole, which was really good, and I did actually eat some some tortilla chips. I think I had like 6, and some guacamole, and then I ordered tacos, and I just ate I think they were steak tacos, and I just ate the meat part of the taco. And then that night we went to a place called Brother Jimmy's Barbecue. That is by Madison Square Gardens, and it was really, really good. Max had unlimited ribs and beer, and I had smoked barbecue chicken wings, and that was good because the wings weren't coated in anything. There was no flour. They weren't fried. They were literally smoked, and then a little bit of barbecue sauce, and then finished on the grill, and they were amazing. They were so good. So I felt good about that choice. And the next day I had brunch in the morning, and again, brunch was a predetermined set menu. It was like a buffet style. I think I ended up eating a little bit of scrambled eggs. I had some steak. I had, I think, like a couple strawberries, and that Oh, and a little bit of macaroni and cheese. And I mean a really little bit, like maybe 1/8 of a cup. I'm just kind of to try it. So that was pretty much all I had at brunch. And then dinner that night was at Mesa Grill. And I had basically what was duck confit. And I love duck, and it was really, really delicious. And I ate the duck, and it came with collard greens and like a tamale. And so I ate a little tiny bit of the tamale and a little bit of the greens, but mostly just the duck, and that was it. The next day, the next day I wasn't feeling well, unfortunately. Aunt Flo decided to make her visit in the middle of my trip to New York. Awesome. Thanks for that. Thanks, Mother Nature. And so I was feeling really bad that day. I also think I'd gotten a bit dehydrated the day before because we were away from the hotel so long, and so it wasn't good. I think I just ended up eating a protein bar for lunch, and then that night we went to the Russian tea room. It was one of those experiences where you look back and go, why did I do that? I originally was going to order escargot, but then I realized they don't actually have a whole lot of protein. So I decided to just order an actual full meal, which was dumb because it's an expensive restaurant, but whatever, I did it anyway. So I decided to order the grilled shrimp, and it came with polenta and asparagus, 2 things I don't actually like that much, strangely enough. So I thought, that's great, I won't even be tempted, I'll just give them to Max. And that's what I did, but then I saw that they had gravlax on the menu, and I love salmon, smoked salmon, cured salmon. And it was an appetizer, so I figured it must be small. So I ordered it and thought, you know, whatever, how bad can it be? It was huge. It was huge. So I ate half of it. I gave Max the other half. So it was like 3 huge rosettes of salmon. I would say they were probably 1.5 ounces each at least, and then 3 potato pancakes. So I had 1 potato pancake because I couldn't resist, and I had half of the salmon. I gave the other half to Max, and then when I got my dinner, it was 3 jumbo shrimp, and then the sides, and I basically ate 2 shrimp and gave the rest to Max, and then I had tea, and it was $100 altogether. So yeah, that was an experience. Anyway, so that was that day, and then the next day, I think I just had like, oh, I know, later that night, because we ate really early before the show was at 7, we ate at 5. Later that night we went to a diner, and I got a Philly cheesesteak omelet, so I had a little bit of that, and a really little bit, to be honest, and then I had a little bit in the morning. I gave the rest to Max. That's sort of the story of the trip, and then I gave the rest to Max. I gave the rest to Max, and so that's what I had for breakfast. Then I had a protein bar later in the day, and then for lunch I had a chicken sandwich, but I just ate the chicken, and it had a little bit of bacon and avocado on it. And I can't remember. Oh, right before we left for the airport, we went and got chicken wings and guacamole at the Mexican restaurant that we had been at the night before. So I think I had some guacamole and chips, and I had 2 chicken wings? Maybe I had 2 or 3 chicken wings. Anyway, that was pretty much what I ate while I was there, and the only thing that I found was there were a couple times I ordered things where they didn't really come the way the menu explained them. So when I ordered the chicken sandwich, I thought that it was grilled. It didn't say that it was fried or breaded, but it was. So I didn't eat as much of it as I probably would have. I think I ate 2/3 of half of the chicken. And again, I gave the rest to Max, who gladly finished it for me. So yeah, I mean, stuff like that. I wasn't going to send it back at that point, so I just went with it. The only issue I found was that I think after about the second day, every time I ate, I was uncomfortable. It didn't really matter how much I ate. Even if I didn't feel like I ate enough to be full, I would have that full uncomfortable feeling. I just think that Stevie Wonder was not really pleased with what I was eating. So maybe it was the amount of fat, maybe it was just, you know, there were a couple things that were fried, I don't know. Stevie Wonder was not happy the last couple of days that I was in New York. It wasn't like I was ill, I just felt uncomfortable, really uncomfortable after I ate for quite a while. Like I would have to wait to even drink for like about an hour and a half usually. So that was challenging. But when I came home, like yesterday, I pretty much did protein shakes and yogurt and like plain chicken just to kind of detox, and that seemed to make a difference, and I feel fine now. So yeah, that was good. Oh, there were a couple of snacks I bought at the airport. We were at JFK, and what was interesting was they had the typical airport crap, but they did also have some really good snacks, like good choices, like a lot of protein bars and all kinds of more healthy snacks available, which is great. And I bought two things, not to actually snack on, but just to try when I got home. I bought these. I don't know if you can, there's some glare. They're chickpea snacks, so they're roasted chickpeas. This flavor is just honey roasted. They're really good. They taste like chickpeas, so, you know, don't get it twisted. If you don't like chickpeas, you probably won't like them. In fact, the chickpea flavor is even stronger because they're roasted, but I love chickpeas, so I thought these were good. For a quarter of a cup, or basically an ounce, 28 grams, it's 120 calories, 3 grams of fat, 19 carbs, but 6 are from fiber, and 5 grams of protein. So even as a protein-based snack, the carbs are a little bit high, but good protein, tastes good, good for you, worth a try. I actually find them quite filling, to be honest. The other thing I bought was this, and I like almost flipped out when I saw it. It's called Dang. And then the tagline is, dang, that's good. And it really is. They're toasted coconut chips, and it's exactly what you probably think. It's like shaved coconut. So each chip is like about this long and about that wide. And it does have a little bit of sugar and salt added. For 20 grams of these, which is quite a bit, to be honest, because they're light. It's 115 calories, 7 grams of fat, but again, good fats coming from the coconut. 12 carbs, 3 are fiber, and 1 gram of protein. These taste so good. I am a self-professed coconut lover, so keep that in mind, but I described this to my bitches as being like an angel pooping in your mouth. But I didn't use the word pooping because these are that good. Dang, they are good. You can buy them at Whole Foods, apparently. You can buy them on Amazon. I am going to buy a box of family-size bags on Amazon because that's how much I love them. I think they would be great to sprinkle on like your Greek yogurt. I really want to buy them just for those times when I have a bit of a sweet craving. I will say that my hunger is coming back a little bit. I definitely noticed that. I definitely am having little snacky cravings every once in a while, or cravings for sweet things. But you know, normally they're satisfied with very good for you, healthy stuff. So that's the good part. But I have been investigating some snacks and stuff because honestly, you know, at 6 months out, I do want to eat. I want to try and eat a bit more normally. I hesitate to use that word, but you know, I want to be able to have a snack here or there, but still obviously make it something healthy and make it a good choice. So that's where I'm at. I talked about this in my update video, but fitness-wise, there was actually a fitness center in our hotel, which was awesome. It was called Trip Hotel, TRYP, on 35th Street between 8th and 9th. That was an amazing hotel. I loved it. They did have a small fitness center. I did not step foot in it except to get ice because that's where the ice machine was. Instead, we just walked around. Remember that I went to a trade show. The trade show's at a convention center that's like an entire New York City block long, so you can imagine it's a huge show. You do a lot of walking. I think we walk something like 3 to 5 miles a day. So I definitely got my fitness in, probably more than the average week, to be honest. And I think that also obviously contributed to my weight loss while I was gone. So lots of NSVs. I know I talked about that too, about the seatbelt fitting on the plane and not being tired from walking and not sweating. And I mean, I sweat a little bit, but not totally sweating like crazy. Fit in the theater seat just fine. Even Max was saying that the seats weren't very big, and I definitely would not have fit in that seat last year. So, yeah, there were things I noticed on a daily basis that were different about this trip versus others. So, that was really wonderful, and I had a great time. I don't think that I'm going to be going back to New York next year because I will be going to the WLSFA meet and greet and cruise. If you haven't heard about it, it is next April 5th to 12th. It's a 2-day conference or 2-day meet and greet, and then a 5-day cruise on Royal Caribbean, Brilliance of the Seas. I believe if the information isn't up on the WLSFA website, it will be soon. It's WLSFA.org, And yeah, so until I see you guys again, remember to enjoy every step in your journey. Have a great day.